All right, welcome into the World Lacrosse Super Sixes event here live from Coquitlam, British Columbia. Ladies and gentlemen, first game of the day. So we have a weekend full of lacrosse, and this one goes down to the women's division between Great Britain and Team Haudenosaunee. Great Britain with a fast break opportunity, quickly to the offensive zone as they work it through to the middle. Pass through and just off the mark. That's going to go back towards the center line, and possession will go to the Haudenosaunee. Waiting the opening goal. There's a pass, there's a shot, and there is the first goal of the game as that one goes over top of the starting netminder here for Great Britain, Emily Chandler. 1-0 for the Haudenosaunee. A chance for Great Britain to respond as they work it back to the far side from distance, driving through, shooting, and first save of the game will go to Paige Crandall for the Haudenosaunee, and possession will stay in favor of Great Britain as that one went out of bounds following the save. Now they'll go behind the net. Pass through, picked off. Here comes the Haudenosaunee with a fast break going the other way, looking to double up on their lead. Pass was low. Knocked forward high into the air, and the netminder and Chandler will step out and lob that one. Chance for a breakaway on the run if they can get a handle. They do on top of the crease, and another save. Paige Crandall with 2 saves already in this game on the 2 shots that she's seen. Now a penalty coming up to Great Britain. That'll give us our first stoppage here. Run time in sixes, other than in this event. Modified run time, I called it. And it will be possession. Haudenosaunee here, woman up on the penalty, going to Minty Loxton. And we'll get right back after it. Our first chance to see the power play of the Haudenosaunee. Working it around to the outside. Righty's trying to go to work. Ball knocked down, though, short-handed here. Still for Great Britain. Another lobbed feed goes up. Caught on the run. Shot goes wide. Millie Hughes unable to get that on target. And the goaltender, Crandall, for the Haudenosaunee will send it up the field. Defenders start to close the gap. Skip feed goes to the far side and back to the perimeter. So everybody getting a touch. Up top, defended well, though, by Great Britain. Still short-handed here. Skip feed goes through to the middle. Player knocked down to the turf, and another penalty coming up. I believe it will go to Great Britain as they look to collect. Now they will, and that'll give us a whistle. And the Haudenosaunee unsuccessful on their first power play, but we'll go right back to work here. It's Ella Cohen going to take a seat here in the opening quarter. The first game of the women's division here, the World Lacrosse Super Sixes, live from Percy Perry Stadium here in Coquitlam, British Columbia. Pass goes down to the corner. Now they'll start their motion. Back to the point, shot, and that goes off the crossbar high into the air and out of play. And it will remain possession for the Haudenosaunee. Looking dangerous on the power play, but unable to find the back of the net. Still leading 1-0 as that one goes off the bar again. Rebound ricochets to a Great Britain defender. Wants to go to the cage. She's going to draw a penalty as Minty Loxton with a great individual effort. And the goaltender for the Haudenosaunee will collect, giving us another whistle, and now we'll go back to even strength lacrosse. Haudenosaunee leading 1-0 with a little over 4.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Quick moving games here in sixes. 8 minutes run time, 2-minute break at the end of the quarter, 5-minute break at halftime. But otherwise, about 32 minutes worth of game action. There's a shot. One timer goes off the side of the net. Great effort there for Great Britain. Julie Wise, shot, scores. tie game. So I believe that one came from Wise on that far side. The Haudenosaunee quickly back into the offensive mix. That pass goes cross turf, shot wide. And the goaltender, Emily Chandler, making sure to let everybody know she didn't touch it. That one goes cleanly out of play. Perimeter pressure from the Haudenosaunee. Great Britain gets through well. Near side shot, blocked before it got through. Rebound falls behind the crease and kept after. Fake shot over top, back to the near side now. And there's another save from Crandall, as you can hear the benches starting to do their own manual shot clock count themselves. Pass picked off. And we are back to even strength. Another fast break here for Great Britain, and that one goes off the bar. Looking for their first lead of the game. Instead, we will stay all tied up. Haudenosaunee will go to the righties first. Back over top. Skiffy looking to go down low to the crease, but active sticks by the defenders knock it down. Last second shot rising into the stick of Chandler. A strong save after she let in the first shot of the game. She's rebounded with a couple of saves here in the later stages of the opening quarter. Now Great Britain again looking for their first lead. Pass goes down, switching hands is Lulu Rollins. And I believe we got a penalty here coming up against the Haudenosaunee. So another chance here, this time on the power play for Great Britain to find their first lead. Gave up the first goal in the early stages and then scored the latest one a few moments later. Switching hands. Rollins takes it from behind, tries to find teammate at the perimeter, shot and a save by Crandall. She gets the stick down low, lobbed here on the run for the Haudenosaunee. Shot scores, top corner. A shorthanded goal for the Haudenosaunee, but we are back to even strength. Driving, shooting, and that one blocked before it got through. Knocked down once again. Great Britain keeping after it. They've been all over the offensive loose balls in the opening quarter. Shot around a screen. And that one last touching a Haudenosaunee defender. It will be Great Britain possession with 1:29 to play in the opening quarter. And do we have a timeout called here? And that might be the end of the opening quarter here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to step aside, and we're going to be back in about 2 minutes for the second quarter between Great Britain and the Haudenosaunee. And back underway here for the start of quarter number 2 and the first game of the day from the World Lacrosse Super Sixes. And this one going down between Great Britain and the Haudenosaunee. Haudenosaunee currently leading 2-1 through the opening quarter. Driving shot. That got blocked before it got through. Second chance and they score. What an effort by Minty Loxton. And we'll get a stoppage. There was a penalty on the play. But a goal nonetheless will tie the game up at 2, and Great Britain will go to work on the power play now. Another opportunity to find their first lead of the game. They trailed 1-0 and 2-1 before tying it each time. Pass goes down low to the corner. Back to the perimeter as the slide came over. Pass just off the mark. Back to the perimeter they go. Another drive and another save courtesy of Paige Crandall. And I believe we have another penalty here. And it will again go to the Haudenosaunee. So 2 women in the penalty box now, and the opportunity grows even greater here for Team Great Britain. Skip feed way to the outside, now down to the corner. Back across, shot, one-timer, scores. Another one for Loxton. Now the Haudenosaunee down just 1 woman and trailing for the first time in this game. Near side feed, back to the outside, fake shot, and we're back to even strength with a bounce shot sent into the stick and a nice save by Chandler. 10 seconds to clear center. Her feed goes over with plenty of time remaining. Great Britain, fresh off of their leading goal, with a chance to double up on that. Pass through the middle, off the mark, save just before it went out. Chess Gray sent it back to the point, drive through, shot, scores. Hannah Whiteley puts that one just inside the post, and now a 4-2 lead in favor of Great Britain, and another penalty to the Haudenosaunee. Going right back to the box here, and momentum heavily in favor of Great Britain to start off this second quarter. Chance to lead by 3. After scoring a power play goal a couple of moments ago, and they keep possession working from the near side first. Haudenosaunee defenders start to clog up the middle. Lots of perimeter work here. Pass through, shot, scores again. Another one on the power play. I believe that was Emily Gray from inside. Now the Haudenosaunee trail by 3 and get the ball over center just for the second time in this second quarter. They've been hemmed in their defensive zone this entire time. Still down a player. Shot stopped into the midsection of the goaltender. Emily Chandler has been strong since letting in that first goal on the first shot she had seen. 3 or 4 saves since, and now we're back to even strength lacrosse, with Great Britain back into the offensive zone. Pass through on a pick and roll. Too low, kept after though by Great Britain. There's another loose ball collected in the offensive zone. Drive through, shot, scores again just inside the post. Another one for Hannah Whiteley. Went stick side last time. This time around goes glove side, and Haudenosaunee need an answer, and they find one on the run. Cockerill stings the corner with that sidearm rip, and their first goal of the quarter was a beauty. Great Britain looking to answer right back. Defended well, though, by the Haudenosaunee. Drive from distance, ends up as a pass down low, delayed penalty shot, and another goal. That will wipe out the penalty, and Great Britain gets another one. Lead is right back up to 4, now 7-3. With about 4 minutes remaining until halftime, and now I believe a penalty coming up. Against Great Britain. It'll be Ella Cohen. Now the Haudenosaunee with their first power play in quite some time. They had a handful in the first quarter, nothing since. And a chance to cut into the lead again. Fake shot, pass goes down low. Quick movement here. So they keep it around the perimeter. Now go through to the middle, but stick check knocks the ball loose, and the goaltender and Emily Chandler will hang on and look up the turf. Long feed into the offensive zone, and almost a big collision. Just knocks the ball loose, though, and Great Britain able to keep after it and sends it behind the goal. From the X, back to the outside. Careful of the center line here, and saving it just in time is CeCe Green. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And that will give possession right back to the Haudenosaunee now. Still with some time on the power play to work with. As they get it back into the stick of their power play. Now we'll go back to even strength. Bobbled feed now over to the far side. Double team started to slide over. This Great Britain team is defending well through the middle. Need to get something towards the goal here soon. Player available far side, they find her. Fake shot over top, there's the double team again. Shot and a stick save by Chandler. If she's been able to see it, she's been able to stop it to this point as the sun starts to peek out from the clouds. It's actually a nice day out here. Just a little cold in the booth. Huh? No sun up here. Thank you again to everybody for joining us on BC Sports TV. Reminder, again, we are running the clock here on our broadcast manually, so apologies if there are some discrepancies on the game clock and our broadcast clock. Trying to keep it as accurate as possible here. Score's accurate at the very least. 7-3, Great Britain leading over the Haudenosaunee here as the pass goes to the near side. Good cycle from Great Britain. Shot looking top corner, just off the mark. And narrowly avoiding the shot clock in the far corner, just off the fence. Now 1.5 minutes remaining until the halftime break from the first game of the day. As that pass well off. Pass on the run, another chance, scores stick side for Great Britain. Offense has really found their footing here in quarter number 2. Just one goal against to this point, and all kinds of turnovers for the Haudenosaunee, just like that one. A pass just out of the reach of the intended target, and Great Britain, who were originally going back for a defensive shift, can turn their heads and get right back into the offensive mindset here. And that will conclude the quarter, and we will step aside for the next 5 minutes here. After 2 quarters of play, Great Britain 8, Haudenosaunee 3, and we'll be back with third quarter action right after this. Welcome back to Percy Perry Stadium in beautiful Coquitlam, British Columbia, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to BC Sports TV, and welcome back to the World Lacrosse Super Sixes event. And our first game of the day going down in the women's division between Great Britain, currently leading Team Haudenosaunee with first possession of the second half. They had a strong start to this game, leading twice, but Great Britain with quick goals immediately following, and that effort right there is exactly one of the reasons why they found themselves in front. A great stick defensively by Lucy Devine, taking away a chance for the Haudenosaunee, looking to chip away here. 8-3 they trail. After a quick halftime break, pass bobbled. Still time to work with, though, if they can keep after it, as they do. 10 seconds remain on the shot clock. Ball goes to the near side. Driving through, a double team shot, and that goes just wide. No save necessary for the goaltender, Emily Chandler, for Great Britain. No save there, but she's been strong in this game. About 5 saves by my count to this point. And a big part of her team currently with a relatively commanding lead based on what we've seen. And those offensive loose balls, which Julie Wise is still digging for. Unsuccessful, though. But those offensive loose balls collected by Great Britain have been another one of the main reasons why they find themselves in front. And the Haudenosaunee having a hard time clearing the ball based on this pressure. There is another loose ball by Wise on a turnover. Quick feed goes through the middle, and the Haudenosaunee unable to escape their zone. Some tired defenders on the turf as we speak, and there's the drive over top. Looking down to the corner, and Wise will collect, gets the feed from Lulu Rowlands. She'll get the ball back from behind, splits a couple of defenders, and a stick check knocks the ball loose. Keeping after it, though, and she'll lob one back to the perimeter. 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. That will expire, and now the Haudenosaunee with a clear opportunity to escape their zone, and they do so easily. Quick change on the fly. Still looking for the first goal of the second half of the game. The Haudenosaunee need to find some offense here sooner than later. It's a quick moving game here in sixes. Shot, and that deflects off a stick and goes just wide, so will remain possession for the Haudenosaunee. Now they'll send it back through to the perimeter. Near side feed, fake shot down to the crease, and too hot to handle. There's a push, and that will keep possession in favor of the Haudenosaunee, and they're going to go to a power play here on that. So I believe it'll be Minty Loxton. She's been busy in this game. She's got herself a couple of goals, and now will find herself in the sin bin for the time being. Chance to cut into this lead. Shot, a rising sidearm bid, goes wide cleanly. That'll be possession, Great Britain. Now Emily Chandler will run and lob it up herself. Shorthanded offensive chance for Great Britain. Still no goals in the second half here to start things off. Pass knocked down, taken away by the Haudenosaunee on the run. Pass goes down low, shot, and that'll be stopped by Chandler. And over to the far side, so last touching Great Britain's stick. It will remain possession for the Haudenosaunee. Now back to even strength lacrosse. And no goals on the power play for the Haudenosaunee. Can they find one? Even strength. Working around from the outside. Defended well by Great Britain again. Shot wide. And some frustration starting to show from these Haudenosaunee shooters. And another penalty here coming up against Great Britain. So now another chance on the power play for the Haudenosaunee to try to cut into this lead, still trailing 8-3. And they will work it around the outside to start things off. The lefty's gonna go to work. Lob pass through, caught, shot and a save again. What a stop by Chandler. As the pass was originally deflected through but kept after, and shooter just puts it high off the head of the stick of Chandler, and she gets another one, just catching that. Essentially just playing pass right now with the Haudenosaunee shooters. Now she sends one right into the offensive zone. Another successful kill for Great Britain. And I believe Great Britain just called a timeout in the later stages of quarter number 3. And we'll take a quick break here and come back with the remainder of quarter number 3. All right, back into the action we will go. Again, it is 8 for Team Great Britain and 3 for the Haudenosaunee. And possession, Great Britain following their timeout. And every goal they score here brings them their largest lead of the game as they run a set play right out of the timeout. Pass goes down to the corner, and the Haudenosaunee forcing these Great Britain offensive pieces into directions that they want to see, and it causes a turnover, and quickly over center they will go. From defense right into the offense. And another chance to cut this lead in half. Still no goals in the second half of this game as that pass goes to the near side. Shot stopped again by Chandler. She is seen, and that one's gonna go in off the stick of a defender for Great Britain and in. And a weird one for the first goal of the second half, but the Haudenosaunee cut this lead down to 4. The defender was in a tough area trying to avoid the crease, and Haudenosaunee on a bit of a forecheck, just a little bit of pressure, knocks the stick out, and the ball goes towards the goal line as a result. Pass through, scores. There's an answer back for Great Britain, and the lead right back up to 5. Julie Wise, speaking of busy players in this one, she's another one that's going to be all over virtually every stat column here. So I believe she's taken a penalty in this as well. She's got a couple of goals. That shovel feed by the goaltender ends up over the line. Shot stopped. Talk about big saves here. That one coming from Paige Crandall. First one in a little while, and she makes another one. No, it just goes over the goal line. Got a piece of it, but not enough as that goes between the wickets and over the goal line. Now Great Britain leading by 6. The Haudenosaunee need to find an answer here in the late stages. Under a minute remaining. Ball goes down to the turf. Defenders swarm. Unable to pick it up cleanly, just batted forward now. Reaching forward is Minty Loxton. Can't find it, but she'll apply some pressure as the Haudenosaunee get over the center line. Got to be quick here. Pass goes across, knocked down. Chandler digging for it. Haudenosaunee keep after it, and that one goes off the post. Oh, man. Would have been a buzzer beater, but instead it will remain a 6-goal advantage for Great Britain, and we'll be back in just a moment here for quarter number 4. 1 quarter remains here from Percy Perry Stadium here, Coquitlam, British Columbia, live for game number 1 of the World Lacrosse Super Sixes event. It is Great Britain 10, it is Haudenosaunee 4. And Great Britain with a face-off win right back into the offensive zone. There's a drive and a pass behind the net, near side feed. So they get their motion going, and bobbled feed, however. Loxton lost it with no pressure. Shot clock still halfway. So it goes down to about 15 seconds. Loxton caught it. She's going to try and wrap it. Pressure comes, so she'll send it back to the perimeter. Now 5 to shoot. Pass through, knocked down, still available. They keep after it. Tuck move. Physicality starting to ramp up here as the Haudenosaunee putting their bodies on the line. And they need to get some goals here fast. Pass goes through, and that one goes to the low corner. Speaking of a quick goal, that one comes right away. And a low one gets past Emily Chandler. She's been so good in this game and such a big factor for Great Britain with the lead they currently find themselves with. And another factor they've been really good at is answering back after giving up a goal. The Haudenosaunee need to stop, and they do get one there, courtesy of the goaltender, Paige Crandall. Gets her stick down and sends it up the turf. Got to get this over the center line, though. Does go over, but the pressure from Great Britain comes and knocks it down. And we'll get a stoppage here. On a penalty, I believe. That'll go to Great Britain. This would be Emily Gray. Will put her team shorthanded, and the Haudenosaunee, after scoring the first goal of the final quarter, chance to get another one quickly and cut into this lead as they work it over to the far side. Quick movement as it ends up behind the net. Shot scores, 2 straight goals for the Haudenosaunee. Another one goes glove side. And Great Britain still shorthanded. Looking for an answer. Now just leading by 4. They'll take it to X. Goal line extended on the near side. Over top shot, and that one goes into a defender. Can't quite see a number of the defender who blocked that one, but trainer's going to come out and check on her now. Back to her feet. And going to go off with some help. That might be Paisley Cook. Thought I saw number 19. She'll go off and get looked after, but might have saved a goal there for her team, trailing by 4, and her team will try to reward her for her efforts. Fake shot, now far side feed, and that one goes just under the bar. 3 straight goals for the Haudenosaunee, and it's just a 3-goal game now. Their offense starting to heat up. 3 goals in this final frame, all of them coming from the Haudenosaunee. Great Britain looking for an answer. Still shorthanded as the pass goes to the near side. Looking for a shooting lane for Great Britain. It's Emily Gray. Can't find it. Goes down to the corner, and that pass taken away, and here come the Haudenosaunee. Wheels over center. Good job in reverse transition, though, for Great Britain. Again, still down a woman. Late change here for the Haudenosaunee, working it over to the far side. Skip pass near side, winding, firing, and that one goes off the stick of the goaltender. Possession kept after by the Haudenosaunee. Skip pass goes over to the near side, and no defender came in to grab the loose ball, so they keep possession themselves. That'll deflect off a stick. 18 seconds remain on the shot clock. Shot stopped by the goaltender again. Loose ball falls in front of the crease. Everybody digging for it. Chance scores! That one goes over top of the goaltender, reaching for it, and now just a 2-goal game with a little over half of the quarter remaining. Took them a little while to find it, but the Haudenosaunee have found their offensive footing and defensive for that matter as well. They've seen tons of stops here in this final quarter. And there's another stick check knocking the ball loose from Great Britain, and they're able to keep after it. Julie Wise from distance. That one goes off the fence and out of play. Chalk it up as another stop for the Haudenosaunee, but the pass picked off. Chance to get another one, and good defensive play by a Haudenosaunee defender. I believe that was Jalen Jimerson. Pass through, shot, a bouncer, goes off the chest of the goaltender and over to the far side. And Great Britain will retain possession here. So they'll get their reset, fresh 30 to work with here with just over 3 minutes remaining here in quarter number 4. And they'll keep it around the outside for the time being. Now they'll start their drive on a flip pass at the point. Whiteley, pass through, shot, scores. There's the answer back for Great Britain as they get that lead back up to 3. First goal of the final quarter for Great Britain, who've been on their heels this entire frame. Flip pass from distance, far side feed, fake shot. Slide comes in, pass goes through the middle, dropped. Loose ball still available. Knocked forward, kept after, and that will expire the shot clock before they can get anything towards the goal. So Great Britain gets a stop, and they will start off from their own defensive zone with the goaltender and Emily Chandler sending it up over center. Great Britain working from X, pass in front, and a great save by Crandall, getting over just in time. Looks like she was dancing in her crease with the amount of time she had to go post to post, but got over in the nick of time on that near side and keeps this a 3-goal deficit. And her team now tries to get an answer back after giving up the latest goal a moment ago. Pass goes back to the crease here for Great Britain, and they'll clear the zone easily. Their transition has been strong and has helped get them to this point in this game. And they will again get it back from the X position. Rowlands sends it to the outside. Lucy Devine down to the far side corner. Pass through. On the mark, shot, and that'll go cleanly out of play. No save necessary there for Paige Crandall, and she'll start off the possession. No, excuse me, I believe they're going to keep possession in favor of Great Britain. There was a that might actually be the end of the quarter. Again, apologies if there are any discrepancies from the time on the game clock and our score bug, doing that manually here, but we'll get it sorted out and get you right back to the action here. Thank you for joining us on BC Sports TV for the World Lacrosse Super Sixes. So back from the timeout now, called by Great Britain, and they are on the power play with a chance to extend the lead back up to 4. They quickly get it down low to the far side corner. Devine was open, far side, she got it and skipped one down to the corner, back through, pass goes behind and deflected high off a stick, and Crandall will take it from her crease. Now lobbed quickly, chance short-handed for the Haudenosaunee. Shot, and that one rises just over top of the crossbar. A great look, but unable to get it on target. And Chandler will look up. Still on the power play here in the final minute of action from the first game of the day. There's a drive, but a good stick check, and it will be a penalty going against the Haudenosaunee as that one goes high into a Great Britain player. I believe that was Ella Cohen who drew that, and that should more or less just ice this game. But 17 seconds remaining, 3-goal lead. And a 2-woman advantage for Great Britain to work with. They'll skip one around to the near side. Pass down to the corner, and great defensive play by the Haudenosaunee. Pass goes across, and they score. Crease to crease. A quick pass goes all the way up, just off the mark. And that will end game number 1. Great Britain storms out and concludes this game with an 11-8 victory. And in about an hour's time, we have our second game of the day. It'll be in the men's division. It'll be Mexico versus Team Indigenous, and you can find all that action right here on BC Sports TV. My name's Tino Farah, and we're going to be back for the second game of the day in just about an hour. Thank you for joining us.